All right guys, welcome to part 3 of how to open a barbershop. If you missed part 1, it was how to find a location. We already found this location behind me. And if you missed part 2, it was how to come up with a name and how to get a logo created. And this is part 3. You see what is missing above me right here, guys. We need a big sign for the front. We're also gonna be wrapping all the windows right here and the front door. So I'm gonna take you guys with me to get all that set up, explain to you guys kind of the options that you have if you guys wanna get some signage for your barbershop and also for the windows and some different things you guys can do. We're gonna look at basically a big sign like that. It does have to be a big lit sign like that. So that is the first thing you guys need to find out. Once you find your space, get your name, you need to find out what kind of sign you have to have. So we're gonna head to my sign guy's shop. Hopefully he can tell you guys some examples of what we can do. And then we're gonna head to my other print people shop that are gonna do the windows. We're gonna get all that set up. So let's head that way and I'll teach you guys how to do it. All right guys, we just pulled up to Sign Pros. I got my tripod because we're about to record Jamie. And yes, I changed hoodies because it is a different day. The weather was bad and he wasn't here when I was supposed to come, so we are back here now. You guys just wanna look up some companies like this, just look up signage in your area and see what is available. Some people will do more like window graphics and maybe like yard sign type of stuff. And then usually there's a company somewhere nearby at least that does the big lit neon, I always call them neon signs, they're not neon anymore, but you guys just wanna find a company like that, give them a shout, and then we'll go sit down, basically what you guys will do and figure out what sign works best for you, and they put it up and everything, and then you're all set. So let's go in here and talk to Jamie and see what we're gonna do at shop number 2. So if I was in here brand new looking for signage, what options would somebody have?
Oh, we do just standard rectangular cabinets.
So you could box, kind of how that gray is, you could just box it.
Square, you know.
Okay, so that's more like that though. Vinyl on top of a box on the, so that's basic.
And then to a cloud sign that has your custom shape, and then to standard channel letters like your other one.
Yeah.
Huddle House is the type, each letter is a separate freestanding piece.
Marble slab is like backlit versus, well, it's a little bit of both, I think.
It is what's called a halo letter.
Okay.
A halo, the face of the letter doesn't light up, but it casts a halo
on the wall.
Light on the wall. You know, a sign can run, anywhere from $1,000 to $15,000, $18,000. I mean, it just
depending on complexity and how big and all of that.
How big it is.
Like anything, the more you want, the more it's going to cost.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So what I did is like Santa's toys was.
Yeah.
With,
all one big.
Yeah, it's
sign.
one big shape that can do whatever, but it's just one big shape.
Yeah. Still lit from the inside.
It's still lit from the inside. So a channel letter, you have, like in your case, the
individual,
and that's mounted onto a raceway. With a cloud, you usually just take the face off, go up, the cloud,
secure it,
to the
and
wall,
then the face goes
and
on.
then the face goes back.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
The overall look, and that's what I was telling you. So I'm going to turn this gray pink. That would be the shape of the cloud, and then everything else would be vinyl laid onto it.
What's under it? Is it clear?
No, it's white poly.
White, okay.
So that's where your white letters come from. It's from the plastic.
Gotcha. Yep.
Then we would lay that yellow onto the white,
on top of that,
and then lay the gray on top of the yellow. So the net effect, once we lay the gray on it, would be that the gray would essentially disappear
and match
into the wall.
Yeah, gotcha.
So that it looks kind of like a channel letter sign, but it's less costly than a channel letter. So this distance between those brackets, that is 8 feet. So I've got it sized just barely under.
Okay.
Our sheets come in 4x8 foot sheets. Perfect. So that way we use one sheet.
Yeah.
That helps keep your costs down as well.
Okay.
And then my suggestion would be to put a flat composite aluminum panel, that same design on the back wall, facing Meyer or Menards. Yeah. I would absolutely put something on that back wall. Okay. And then we can do this same design on the sign out by the road, the pylon. Well, that's what we'll plan on then. I'll send one of the guys by there and we'll figure out what color we actually need to use to be closest to that wall. Okay. As soon as you have the lease actually signed, throw it up there. We can go and throw the one on the back wall and go on and throw the ones in the pylon. And then you
put like coming soon on the door.
Yeah, you just put, opening projected
March
March 1st.
Perfect.
Or whatever.
Yeah, cool. All right, so it's been about 10 days since that signage meeting that you guys just saw, and I got a final price quote back on all of that signage. So that's the cloud sign, the large sign up above, that's the big sign on the back wall, the 8-foot sign, and that is also the 2 pylons out on the street, and the total is $6,500 that is installed and everything. Just to give you guys reference, the big sign at the Frederica location was $7,000 by itself. Now we're getting all 3 of these for $6,500, so I told him to go ahead, and he's gonna move forward on it. It's gonna be probably a month and a half before they're done, and we'll check back in on them, not in this video, but later on in this series, we will check back in on the signage. Now guys, we are on our way to Midwest Graphics. It's about 20 minutes from me, and this is basically a print company. So this was a sign company. Midwest is more a print company. They do all my merch, they do all my signage and stickers and decals and things like that. So we're gonna head over there, talk to Chelsea and see what options that you guys would have, and then we're also gonna look at what we're gonna put at the second location. So as soon as we get there, we will get to that, and hopefully you guys can gain some information on the rest of the signage.
When you're thinking like exterior, we can do, signs that have dimension to them. There's a lot of different materials you can use, and it's important to make sure that you use materials that are graded for outdoor and that you're not just going for cheap. So you can use a material called Celtec, which is PVC, and you can use different thicknesses.
I think this one is what we did my back wall.
Yep.
I think that's what this is.
Yep, and so this can be indoor or outdoor. You can add a lamination to it if you want to, but it's great for outdoor, and it's stud mounted into the walls typically, which creates a clean look rather than having screws on top. So you can do that for outside. A lot of what we do on exterior signage is just like a straight max metal sign, which you can print on, and you can print white, or you can do a brushed silver. This can also be, we have a router, and so we can route out letters and cut it out if you don't want it lit up. So that's outside, but then also you can do the windows, which is a lot of what we've done at Klutch. I think we've done window perf at least 4 times. Window perf is great because you can see out, and it creates a barrier to seeing in. It does not 100% keep people from seeing it. What window perf is there's different grades of it, but there are holes in the perf. So this is a 60-40, but you can also do a 70-30, so that's 70%.
You know what ours is?
Coverage. Yours is 70-30.
Okay.
We've switched to 80-20.
So even more
which is
difficult
more coverage.
to see in. Okay.
We switched to 80-20 for a lot of things. So you can do perf on the outside, or you can wrap and do wrap material.
Like what I just did on my window.
Yep.
Just straight vinyl, not see-through, block all the sunlight out, like I like.
Yep. Those are kind of sign options on the outside. When you get to the inside, you can do the dimensional signs as well. You can do acrylics, and acrylics can be printed. The sign shop would need to be able to print white, or to be able to outsource this, because it prints on the back of the acrylic, and you print a white base, that way it's vibrant. Or else it'll have like a stained glass look if you don't print if you don't print a white base. If you need ADA signs, you can also do that. So we're certified for ADA, and so we have little Braille things. And
so is that the Braille part of it is what that
ADA
officially is?
Braille, yeah.
Okay, so like we were talking before we started, like I have 2 bathroom signs. I think they just say restroom, but then it has the Braille underneath. So like that's probably all we would need, or maybe like an exit.
Yeah, so these can be totally custom made with different colors if you wanted to do that.
And then obviously you can cut vinyl out for basic, like
also just like, choose a color, we can plot it out. So like for the vinyl on your windows, and that is easy to, like if you're not local and you're like, I just need some vinyl, like we can do that and ship it.
Okay.
We would just need the dimensions of the windows.
So that's different than the wraps, because the wraps cover the whole window. This would just be your basic like hours, which is what we're gonna do. We're gonna look at in a second, but.
And the material for that matters as well, because some people will just have like cheap vinyl that they get.
Cricket vinyl that mom
vinyl.
did at home. Yeah, and it's not going to hold up as well.
And within a year, it will crack.
Yeah, because the sunlight, the heat on it and stuff will make it peel. There's all your options, guys. I'm going to put her info in. If you don't know where to go, you trust my opinion, you like the work that they do for me, and you want to reach out for them, to have them do some work for you, just reach out. She's always taking care of me, so that's why we're sitting here today. So to do some windows again for the 6th time. So yeah, let's get into my stuff.
So for the second shop, we are going to do a vinyl decal on the top window with just some cut white vinyl for the address, which is great and straightforward. And then on the doors, we're doing the social media and appointments, just cut vinyl. And we'll cut it and have it prepped, and you'll install it.
I'll show you guys how I install. I'll try to teach you my tricks.
I'll try not to judge you.
Yeah, no, it's not that. It's not that hard. It's just about getting it right the first time, and I'll show you guys kind of how I measure it.
Making sure you line it
and
up.
make sure it's lined up, and yeah, so it's not super difficult. All right, yeah, good deal. So you'll put that through, it'll get cut out.
Put that through, we'll send it to production, and then it'll be ready to go.
All right, guys, that is it for the signage video. I hope it was super helpful for you guys. Gave you lots of options. Like I said, I'm gonna put the info of both of them down below. The big lit signs can't really be shipped to you, but maybe you need some info and you wanna reach out, and then I'll put Chelsea's info down below as well. If you guys need some signage, some vinyls, she can ship that worldwide. So I got a little man back here banging on the door. But anyway, guys, make sure you are subscribed. I got part 3 coming. No, this is part 3. Part 4 is gonna be equipment, and you guys don't wanna miss that. I'm gonna show you where I get everything that I need for the barbershop. And if you missed part 1 and part 2, click right here and make sure you catch up.